Yeah, no problem. I was trying to pull up a before and after photo.
Aw,
I was trying to pull up something that was like right before the wedding and after the wedding. I think I had posted a photo like
yes.
that on the Ignite website.
What is what? What does that mean? Please use the live API instead. Okay. I don't even know what that means. Okay, you cancel the live. How okay. Hmm. But how do I use the live API? I don't even know what that is. Facebook is giving me a new pop-up, so I'm just what this is. Okay, so I'm not gonna do that today. Sure did news. All right, Miss Erica, you ready?
I think so.
Okay, I knew it would take a minute. There's usually a couple hurdles, and there's a new one for me on here, but I think we're good.
Of course.
Mm,
It's no fun without the hurdles, right?
yeah, I mean, after last year, I'm just used to all the things. All right. All right. We are live on the Facebook world. If you are watching and joining live, welcome. If you're watching the replay, if you're watching live, go ahead and just drop the fire emoji. You guys know we're obsessed with that emoji over at NOLA Movement. We are obsessed. It's always appropriate for everything. So if you're watching and joining live, go ahead and drop that so we know that you're in the house. If you are watching the replay, go ahead and drop replay so I know that you watched the replay of this. But I am so excited this morning to jump in. This is just part of our Ignite OG experience. And I'm so excited just to highlight the women that have gone through Ignite. I call them OGs because
Yes.
it's so much cooler than graduates. And the
Yes.
women truly that step into this program are just the coolest and the baddest women, and just so phenomenal. So, for those of you that are joining and maybe have not met me personally or don't know about NOLA Movement, my name is Nikkei Olabisi Green, and I am the creator and chief movement leader at NOLA Movement. At NOLA Movement, we believe that you can ignite the fire inside through physical movement, positive mindset practices, and community connection. And
Mhm.
Ignite is truly the intersection of all of those things. And we support women on their health and wellness journey. So, what the heck is Ignite? What the
Yes.
heck
What
is
is it?
Ignite?
Tell
So
us
let me
about
give
it.
you, yes, let me give you the words on the paper, and then I'm going to jump into this conversation with Erica so we can breathe a little bit of life into what Ignite is all about. So, Ignite is a 12-week coaching and accountability program for women who are ready to release cycles of guilt, shame, loss of motivation, and truly ignite your unique health and wellness journey. With a community of women, we choose and you choose one unique goal for you
Mhm.
to focus on, for you to focus on. And we as communities support you and one another, and we rise together. So that is the short and sweet of it. But I want to introduce you to Miss Erica, who stepped into the very first round of Ignite about a year ago. And I'm just excited to have her on and for her to share her experience with you. How are you doing this morning, lady?
I'm doing very well. I'm excited. I'm thankful. I'm grateful. I'm ready to have this conversation because it has been one of the most pivotal things to happen in my life, really, in the last 5 years or so. So, thank you for the invitation to talk about it.
Yes, absolutely. Oh my gosh, you just made my heart pitter
Ah,
patter. So let's jump in. Tell us maybe a little bit about yourself, who you are, and why did you decide to step into Ignite? What was it that was like I need this right now?
yeah, so I'm Erica Jefferson Rivers. When I started Ignite, I was Erica Jefferson and looking forward to having a wedding during the pandemic time. And couple things that helped me determine to become part of Ignite. One was just me, my own goal started off pretty vain. I just finally got to a place where I was sick of looking at my stomach stick out further than my boob. That might sound crazy because it's like once we drill down into the real why, it was like truly that was like the thing that I just looked down at myself one morning on the scale, like, girl, this just cannot continue to be a thing. And then, especially with the wedding coming up, and I was trying to pull up a before and after picture. Maybe I can get that together before this live is over. But I did a say yes to the dress virtual edition because again we were in the pandemic and I couldn't pull people together, and I just was not satisfied with how I looked in the dresses that I chose. And I put a lot of effort into, well, I'm gonna just choose something so if I don't lose the weight, I can still, feel comfortable. And I got to a place where it's like, you know what, no, you can do better. You probably should do better because you're just not satisfied with the way things look right now. Sorry if you can hear that chime. Um, and so I saw Ignite, I think, come up on Facebook, and I know of Cherie McCants from high school, and I trusted her because I saw her transformation. And it was really like that combined with me finally being in a place where I was tired of the way things were and having an event where I wanted to do something differently. It was really kind of the perfect storm to say, hey, and I'm in a pandemic. So there weren't the same excuses, right? Of I don't have the time or I can't get to the gym. It's like, you got nothing but time and a computer and internet right now, girl. So, what you gonna do? Let's at least give this a shot.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. And Cherie is one of our movement leaders at NOLA Movement. She also steps in and does some of the coaching during Ignite.
Mhm.
And absolutely, all of the women that are movement leaders, I think each have a really powerful story to share.
Yeah.
Um, And that really gets to happen not only during the movement classes but in the coaching too.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that you were just like, you're like, it's now's the time, like now is the time, there's no
Yes.
better time than now.
Yes. And one of the things that I know about awesome women, they tend to know other awesome women, right? And so once you're connected to one or two, if you really take the time to look deeper, you find out you're connected to an army.
Yes.
And so it's really the strength of knowing one awesome woman, right? And it's like, okay, I'm gonna take this chance that she's also connected to other awesome women and really had no idea how connected, right? That would become. So yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love that. I love that. Shout out to Cherie and
Yes.
shout out to the army of awesome women, right?
Yes.
Because I
Hmm.
feel like when you stepped in and the first group of Ignite, as we got into the rhythm and got to know one another and really got to share, wow, what an army of women that would support one another. We would cry together, we would laugh together, we eventually got to dance together.
Yes.
So, share with us a little bit about how did Ignite specifically support you? Like when you think back on the time that you invested in Ignite, what
Mhm.
were the things that you found really helped propel and like lead you into the transformation that you had?
Yeah, I think I wrote a couple things down because I really wanted to give this some thought. First, I think it was helping me get past the things that plagued me. So I'll say I was plagued by the can'ts and the don'ts, right? And I
Mm,
remember saying this, I don't work out, I can't run, I can't jump. It was all those things that I had in my mind that had become barriers. And so one of the first ways that I think that was really pivotal was not is not connected to the physical movement itself, right? So it really was the prong. I think it was like a three-pronged plan of action that had to do with overall wellness. So it was the physical movement, of course, but it was really the mental wellness and then the coaching around like our individual barriers and how to kind of overcome those things. And it was really moving from the I don't do these things, right? Through the okay, you know what, let me rethink that. Like maybe I can't do 15 jumping jacks, but I can at least do a
yes.
couple modified ones, I can try to do. And then we move from the I can try to finally get into, oh wait, I'm doing these things now. Like look at me with this consistency, I'm doing these things.
Yes.
To where I feel like today is like, oh well, now I am. It's not even so much a thought anymore about it. Um, and so yeah, that was really the first thing. It was attacking the physical movement, but it was really dealing with the mental barriers.
Mhm.
That was pivotal to remaining consistent, right? To the goals that we set, right? You didn't come in and say, well, you're going to do XYZ, you're going to do such and such. You provided the platform and the arena and the opportunity, and then gave us the space to say, well, these are the things that are important to us. And then this is where I get stuck trying to reach my own goal, right? And having some honest conversation. And I know it's a couple times it's like, I was giving you the side eye, like, I don't even want to hear this today, Nike. Whatever, the stubborn bull in me is like,
Yes.
whatever, girl. All
Yes.
right. I
You
signed
were
up for
the
this.
you were the queen of side eye in our first round of Ignite, but I love you so much. I knew, I was like, she's just mad, but it's okay. It's
Yes.
gonna be okay.
But saying that also leads into the second thing is just that it was fun. So I
Yeah.
think in my mind, my block too was like it was work. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, no pain, no gain, all those things that you hear that
Yep.
suggest that it's all work and that it's not fun. And
Mm,
so coming together during the coaching calls, coming together with a pretty core group during the classes, the acknowledgement of when we were making gains, but then also the acknowledgments of when we weren't, stepping up and being willing to hold each other accountable, and allow ourselves to be held accountable. Um, So the support was phenomenal, but it was also fun, to be at the end of a hard workout session and we're all glistening because we weren't sweating, we were glistening, and realizing that, okay, you know what, we made it through that together was really, really pivotal. And especially during a time of pandemic, right? Because there was so
Yes.
much other stuff happening around us, just so we remember the context in
Yes.
which this happened too, and just how serendipitous it was that this path kind of opened up in a time where I feel like I don't know where how things might have turned out without having that space, right, to come
Yeah.
together. So
Yeah.
the three-prong attack and fun. I needed the fun
Yes.
part, or yeah, it wouldn't happen.
Oh my gosh. And I love that you pulled that out and that you shared that, Erica, because
Mhm,
I think just like you were talking about the mindset, right? There we have these kind of mantras that we say, things like no pain, no gain, like you have to work hard to see results. And where especially as women, where is the fun and play and pleasure? And I
mhm,
feel like that is something that the NOLA movement team does so well. Like if you came in not feeling like you were going to have fun or smile or move those hips, like in
mhm,
every class, even in our tone and tight class, Cherie is going to come in and be like, okay, what's going on, and bring in that fun energy. So I love that you experience that, and that is so
yes.
important for me to hear, because that gets to be a part of the journey, right? Like
Mhm,
it doesn't have to be this like, no, we don't always feel like working out. Absolutely not. We don't always feel like showing up for
right,
a 7:30 p.m. call after a long day and after a workout, right?
right, right.
But we know that when we show up, it's going to be so much fun. We're going to leave energized, and it's moving us forward in our desires and in the goals that we
Mhm,
set for ourselves.
mhm. Yeah, and that
Oh,
opportunity to lean, right? So I looked at one of the other OGs, my OG Jen's interview and conversation. And so yeah, just remember that we could lean in, right, to each other. You didn't have to come and be strong on your own strength.
yes.
It was like that collective strength and that collective support. And so some days it's like you might come and you need support like crazy, but then you hear someone else's story and you become the supporter without realizing you're also speaking that support right into your own spirit, into your own bones, into your own marrow. But yeah, it was an amazing experience. So that's why you won't get rid of me. I mean, you'll see me around like harassing y'all in your page every now and then. So
I love it. That makes my heart so happy. I'm working on just some really beautiful things for
yes.
everybody to get back together this year.
Hmm.
Another retreat, which I'm very excited about. So
Yeah.
more details on that for sure. But so where are you now? So share with us, what
Yeah.
have you taken and run with the momentum, since our time together?
Hmm.
What has resonated with you, continues to show up in your life? But share with us, where are you now?
Yeah, so I am here safely in 2021 and thankful and healthy, and actually just recently had a health screen. So my employer does a annual health screen. So my health screen this year, almost 365 days from last year, March, I was down about 30 pounds, which I've been
Wow.
able to keep fairly down. I mean, I had to creep up right after the wedding just because the semester in the fall was terrible. But I would say Ignite also helped me get through kind of that period of a rough semester. I gained about 10 pounds back, but I'll tell you, I went on vacation, and by the third day of vacation, I'm like, okay, we got to kick it back into gear and drop that 10 pounds in like 2 weeks, and then just have been steadily working towards something. My A1C and my triglycerides are excellent. So I am not in the pre-diabetic zone. So that's been the thanks in part to continuous movement through Ignite, but then also the lessons on Oh, what was the lessons that Sheree gave on Cherie? I'm having a brain fart right now. Uh, on eating,
Mm-hmm.
dietary. That's what I'm trying to say. So doing a diet plan, so counting calories in some instances, doing low carb, trying out some things and seeing what works for me. And not
Mm-hmm.
necessarily buying into whatever the fad is, but trying to figure out what works for Erica. So being able to kick the sugar addiction was important. Um, and I'm just overall mentally strong. What I wrote down was what's most important is my own self acceptance. So I started to say self
Mm-hmm.
esteem, but it really is self acceptance. It's really kind of accepting who I am, and what's in me. Um, a coworker once told me that I'm a trip. And so I said, no, I'm not a trip, I'm a destination. And so I ran with that. It's like I'm a force, right? I am here. I am healthy. I am sexy. I am strong, not just
Yes.
in my physical body, right? But in my mental person,
Yes.
right? In my spiritual person. I feel like, man, it's really just the beginning of some things that are changing that I'm not even aware of, right? I'm not even aware of where this is going just yet, but it's going, so I'm excited. I'm excited.
Oh my gosh. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. And
Yes.
that is so much. I mean, everything that you shared is really what Ignite is about, right? The transformation happens from
Hmm.
the inside out.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
the change on the inside is powerful. The change on the outside is powerful, right? Because if we go back to where your journey started, you were like, okay, I just want to I want to get in this dress. I want to look good. And
Hmm.
then we went in. And so as the
Yep.
transformation inside started to happen, the outside started to reflect that. And that is
Exactly.
the piece that is so important for me to share is we can do all the outside stuff. We can do all the classes. You can do all 5 days of no movement
Hmm.
classes. You can move your body, do all the things. But if you're not doing the internal work to match,
Right.
then there is a mismatch, right? And
Absolutely.
so many other programs you will find is kind of really focused on that outside piece. And Ignite, I think, really creates a space for us to bring it all together.
Right. One of the things I still have is my journal. So I was one of
Oh,
those people that's like, you should get a journal. And I was like, I got like a trillion journals. Oh my goodness, I can't believe how obstinate I was on certain things. And it's like once I finally truly bought
yes,
into it and like got my
yes,
journal, like now I can go back and not only and see
yeah,
too the changes, the things that I wrote down, what was important to me, and the internal change is important because the external, we don't always have as much control over the change externally as we think that we do. And the scale
yeah,
is the one that tells the story every time, right?
yeah,
I think about how often each of us have stories like, well, I was doing all of this and the scale didn't move, or the scale went up, or the scale is like, laughing at us and torturing and
hmm,
tormenting our very souls. But it's like the internal part is what helps push past that. It's like, forget that scale though. I did 5 days of workouts this week. I only did four last week, or I got out and I was
yes,
able to climb that hill in this amount of time when I started, I couldn't get up there, right? I did five
oh my
whole
gosh,
jumping jacks. I can remember us celebrate being able to do two full push-ups like it was a thing.
yes,
So
yes,
it's like those little
yes,
internal cues though or work push you past when the external just isn't making the changes as quickly as we feel
yes,
like it should. And so for my OGs and my other Ignite ladies, and or gentlemen who may join, I guess at some point, it's been mostly ladies, but what I would say is I started fairly pessimistic, not really sure I would be able to make a lasting difference. The fact that I'm here a year later, very close to my original goal weight. I adjusted my goal weight from 150 to 145. I am like within about 10 to 12 pounds of reaching that. So that's down from 30 pounds a year ago of someone who does not describe herself as being athletic, or a gym rat or any of that. It's been walking, it's been doing classes, it's staying connected, to Ignite and other women and people who are passionate about this work. And so I know that one question you always ask us is, talk about the value. I am frugal. I hold on to my little dollars like with tight fists. And so I'm really about value. It's not really so much about expense as it is about value. And so when you think about what you get from this program, it's a value. It's value added, um, a place to invest. And so if you're thinking about it at all, and if you're concerned about your dollars and your cents, it is a place to invest. I wholeheartedly support this group and the work that you all are doing, okay? Seriously.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, Erica. Whoo! That's it. I mean, that is. I mean, you said it, and that was you. I don't know how you knew that because I don't know if I told you that, but that was going to be the
Because
last
I'm
thing.
nosy. I told you I watched the other one, so my
That was going
apologies
to be the last thing.
if I
Yeah.
stole the thunder. Uh-oh, bad Erica.
Oh my gosh, and I have so many memories that are coming up for me right now in the calls that we've had.
Yes.
But it really has been a joy to have you step into, I think, what was originally the 30-day challenge, and then
Mhm.
into Ignite, and to have you a part of this community. And thank you so much for just sharing your experience with others who are thinking and who might be ready to step into this. Um, so I'm gonna end our time here. I'm gonna end our
Yeah.
time here. And as I said before, to start this conversation, if you are interested in Ignite, it is a 12-week coaching and accountability program. And it is
Mhm.
truly, truly, truly for women that are ready. And, I think even Erica
Yeah.
shared, even stepping in, you might kind of doubt, like, oh, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. That's okay. If you know that you are ready, step in. And I can promise you that the support that will come around you is going to support the surrender that gets to happen on your side. But if you know that you're ready to release the cycle of guilt and shame and doubt, the loss of motivation, some of the head stuff, Erica shared about that, the head stuff that you're telling yourself over and over that you can't, that you don't. If you know that you're ready for change, ready for transformation, drop the fire emoji. Let's get on a chat. And let's see if right now is the time for you to step into Ignite. I would be honored, and the team would be honored to have you join this round. And you get to become an Ignite OG once you finish and join the ranks of Jen and Erica and so many other women that have stepped in and said yes. So that's where we're going to leave it today. Erica, thank you so much for your time and energy. And I really can't wait to see you again in person,
Yeah.
and hopefully again in class too.
Thank you, Nikkei. Thank you for being a model, of just excellence, and just excellence. Truly, I don't know if there's another word to use. So you modeled exactly what you wanted us to do as you were started a new process and getting your business flourishing. And I'm really excited to see where things go for you. So big ups to you, and come join us, y'all. So if you're watching this, just sign up. It's worth it. You won't regret it, truly.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Guys,
Take
if
care,
you're
Nikkei.
watching live or the replay, thank you so much. Erica, you rock.
Thank you. You rock. Talk to you soon. Be blessed, everyone.
Peace.